Russia and Belarus extend military drills amid Ukraine tension. Russia will extend military drills in Belarus that were due to end on Sunday, the Belarusian Defense Ministry announced, in a step U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said made him more worried about an imminent Russian invasion of Ukraine. The Defense Ministry said the decision was taken because of military activity near the borders of Russia and Belarus, as well as the situation in eastern Ukraine's Donbas region. Sporadic shelling across the line, dividing Ukrainian government forces and Russian-backed separatists in that region, increased sharply last week and continued on Sunday. Speaking to CNN, Blinken said all signs suggested Russia was about to invade. Russia has repeatedly denied such plans. Everything we are seeing suggests that this is dead serious, that we are on the brink of an invasion, Blinken said, adding that the West was equally prepared if Moscow invades. Until the tanks are actually rolling and the planes are flying, we will use every opportunity and every minute we have to see if diplomacy can still dissuade President Putin from carrying this forward. Putin and his French counterpart, Emmanuel Macron, agreed on a phone call on the need for a diplomatic solution to the crisis in eastern Ukraine, both governments said. A French presidential advisor said the two agreed that a meeting of the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, OSCE, with representatives from Ukraine and Russia should be held on Monday. Poland, currently the OSCE chair, earlier said that at Ukraine's request it was convening an extraordinary session of the Council which is dedicated to preventing armed conflict on Monday. Belarus did not say how long Russian troops in Belarus, estimated by NATO to number 30,000, might now remain in the country, which lies north of Ukraine. Belarus Defense Minister Viktor Krenin said the focus of the extended exercises was to ensure an adequate response and de-escalation of military preparations of ill wishers near our common borders. The Kremlin did not comment on the Belarus drills. The Macron advisor said that Putin had reiterated that the troops would leave Belarus after the exercises. NATO says Russia could use the troops in Belarus as part of an invasion force to attack Ukraine. Moscow denies any such intention. It is not an exaggeration to say that Europe is a step away from war, which was something unimaginable not long ago. Czech Prime Minister Petr Fiala said in a TV interview. Mikhailo Podolyak, an advisor to the Ukrainian president's chief of staff, told Reuters the extension of the exercises underlined that official promises from Moscow should not be taken as binding. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said the repeated warnings by the West that Russia was about to invade were provocative and could have adverse consequences, which he did not spell out. Russia says the West has raised tensions by sending NATO reinforcements to Eastern Europe during the crisis. Western countries are preparing sanctions they say would be wide-reaching against Russian companies and individuals in case of an invasion. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson said in a BBC interview that such sanctions could include restrictions on Russian businesses' access to the dollar and to the pound. However, he acknowledged such threats may not deter Moscow. Ukraine's Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba said it was time for the West to implement at least part of the sanctions it was prepared. Russia has to be stopped right now. We see how events are unfolding, Kuleba said. The focus of tensions in recent days has been on the swath of eastern Ukraine that Russian-backed rebels seized in 2014. The same year, Russia annexed Crimea from Ukraine. More than 14,000 people have been killed in this conflict in the east. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky called on Sunday for an immediate ceasefire in the eastern part of the country. Macron blamed the separatists for the renewed hostilities, while Putin blamed Ukraine, the French presidential advisor said.